Welcome to Must See Movies Crime Edition. I'm Lisa Ortiz. Our first review is for the movie Night Hunter. Let's watch the trailer first.
You know when you're in bed at night and the lights are off, can't see anything. The people I chase, they live in the dark. You want the good news or the bad news?
Bad.
They found a lot of unidentified DNA in that house.
And the good news?
It's your job to get inside his head and find out what he's done.
Simon. Where are the other girls?
Why do I recognize him?
He was a judge. He stepped down when his family was murdered.
I'm not surprised by what you're up against.
The endless voice in a predator's head that says, do it, do it, do it.
Everyone get out!
He rigged the basement! He killed 6 cars!
It's impossible. He's been here since yesterday afternoon.
Press is outside, they want to steal it.
He's getting help. Predators take comfort in knowing that there are others out there just like them.
Simon, this is not a game.
Yes, it is.
You can never get away.
He's baiting you. And you fell for it.
I need more time.
Tick-tock.
This is bigger than we thought. Simon, what have you done?
Tick-tock.
Reviewing our first film with me today is Xavier from LaSalle University. So, what was your initial thoughts about this film?
Great movie. If you're into like a lot of crime thriller movies, I highly recommend you to watch it. It leaves you at the edge of your seat, and it's a lot of roller coaster twists and turning moments in the movie.
Amazing. So, what made you decide to watch this movie in the first place?
For me, it was more so looking for like a good action movie. At the time when I was like browsing my streaming service, I didn't see anything that caught my eye.
Mm-hmm.
But that happened to catch my eye after I read the description and watched the trailer for a little bit, so that's what made me really watch it. And it went by, it was a kind of a decent movie, like length-wise. It wasn't too long, wasn't too quick, but it is a movie that you'll want to watch over and over again for sure. So
would you say you really like watching movies that, you know, have a lot of action in it, keep you on the edge of your seat? Yeah, I like a lot of action movies and thriller movies. From time to time, I might jump into a little comedy scene a little bit, or a little bit of horror, maybe. A little bit of horror.
Depending on how I feel, but my go-to is definitely crime and thriller movies.
Mm-hmm. So what did you enjoy about this movie the most?
Really the plot. That's the biggest thing for me. The climax was it wasn't straight to the point, but it also didn't take too long to get to the rising climax point. And once it got up, it didn't go down again. Like some movies will rise the climax, go back down. Like for example, the Batman movie. It was a good movie, but it was long and it kept going up and down. So I didn't really like it like that. But this movie, it was very good with the climax and everything like that, keeping a steady pace. I think a good story and a good script can really influence the quality of the overall movie. Like you could drop millions of dollars on a production, but if the script is bad, the movie is not going to be great. Yeah, exactly. You know? So could you tell me, this film, you really enjoyed it, but if there was something you could change, what would you want to change? I'll make it a little bit longer. You make it a little longer? Just a little, not by too much, probably by like maybe 10 to 15 minutes longer. 10 to 15. Do you know how long it is off the top of your head? Can't remember off the top of my head, but if I'll probably say like around 2 hours if I can remember. Oh my goodness, yeah. You just want to have more of it. That's great. I mean, I love an action-packed movie, especially if it keeps me on the edge of my seat. It's like a roller coaster in my TV. That's awesome. Let's take us to our final scores.
I gave this an 8. I loved it, but I was very stressed out for the woman. I don't like women brutality, but I definitely would recommend this. And you gave it a perfect 10.
Yeah, perfect 10.
Perfect 10. So you wouldn't really change anything. You just want more of it.
Yeah.
I don't blame
10.
you. It was so much fun to watch.
I think they should make a part 2.
A part 2?
Yeah, part 2 for sure. Or turn into a little TV series.
Oh, a TV series could work.
Maybe.
With the same serial killer guy? Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe a different one.
Maybe. I think a different one's a bit much.
Maybe his son. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Xavier,
Twist, yeah.
thank you so much for co-hosting this segment with me. I really enjoyed your company. Yeah. We'll be back with more must-see reviews right after this commercial break. Don't go away. The truth about waste and recycling is that none of this stuff can ever truly go away. That's why at Mass Recycle, it's important to know the proper solutions to recycling and managing waste. Mass Recycle is a nonprofit coalition made up of representatives of all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. Their mission is to find practical solutions to improve recycling, organics diversion, and management of sustainable materials. Everything from plastic bottles to organics such as fruit peels and paper materials can all be recycled for the better of our community. Every little bit counts towards helping your planet because you're only promised one life on this earth. If you wish to be involved in Mass Recycle's efforts, call 617-338-0244 or go to massrecycle.org. Welcome back to Must See Movies Crime Edition. I'm Lisa Ortiz. Our second review is for the movie Kingsman. Let's take a look at the trailer.
You like spy movies, Mr. DeVille? When I was a kid, that was my dream job. Gentleman spy.
Nowadays, they're all a little serious for my taste.
Give me a far-fetched theatrical plot any day.
We are Kingsman,
An international intelligence agency operating at the highest level of discretion.
well, most of the time.
I want each of you to propose a candidate.
Who are you?
I'm the man who got you released.
Felt sorry for the boy, did you?
That is sick.
Huge IQ, great performance at school. But you gave up. But I see potential.
We're here to test you to the limit. Pick a puppy.
What's his name?
JB.
As in James Bond?
Well,
Jason Bourne? Jack Bauer? Oh,
I like it.
if you're prepared to adapt, I'm offering you the opportunity to become a Kingsman agent.
This it?
Of course not. Richmond Valentine has been experimenting with biological weaponry.
What are you gonna do? We're gonna take out Valentine.
Assemble the Kingsman.
No stomach for violence. I see one drop of blood, that is me done.
Can you get me out?
Sorry, love. Gotta save the world. Son of a bitch! If you get blood on the carpet, you have to take the carpet up.
My guest for our second film review is Josh from LaSalle University. Josh, thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
What were some of your initial thoughts about this movie?
I mean, honestly, mine blown, honestly. It's one of those films that, you kind of don't know what to expect going into it, and then it's one of those films where you're constantly on the edge of your seat just wondering what's going to happen next, like who's going to fight who's going to win, who's going to lose. It's kind of like you're always just wondering what's going to happen next.
Right, and what makes you consider this such a highly rated action thriller film?
I think compared to a lot of films in the genre, it's definitely multifaceted in terms of, all the different areas of, film. Because I wouldn't say you would just consider it, it's just an action, it's just a thriller, Besides all the fight choreography, because I feel like a lot of the time with action films, they mostly put an emphasis in promoting like the fight choreography, the action scenes, and not necessarily the plot, which I feel like kind of deteriorates, the quality of the film. But I feel like here you hit, every aspect of what a film should be. There's a little bit of, witty humor, in between, certain scenes. It's very good writing, very good script, and I'd also say very good casting as well for all the characters. With Samuel L. Jackson, playing your quintessential, villain trying to take over the world. I'd say very perfect casting for that. I think Colin Firth, playing the guy Harry Hart, who ends up recruiting Taron Egerton's character for protagonist Eggsy, who is a juvenile delinquent, kind of destined for a life behind bars until he kind of gets recruited to work for this Secret Service organization that his late father was a part of, and over the film he just tries to, prove himself worthy of working for that organization.
And so with such a star-studded cast, I'm sure it's difficult for you to choose a favorite character, but if you had to, who do you think is your favorite character?
As basic as it sounds, honestly, it's a cop-out a little bit, but I would say it's got to be Eggsy, Taron Egerton's character, honestly, just to see his growth from the beginning of the film, kind of like I said before, being kind of someone who's kind of like living in poverty, kind of destined for life behind bars, kind of being, very gifted individual, but kind of, just due to life circumstances, kind of gives up on all that. Just to see him kind of come full circle, through all the trials and tribulations, throughout the film, trying to prove himself worthy, to be a Kingsman, it's definitely, engaging, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. So I would definitely say he was my favorite character.
Well, don't cut yourself short, because just because your favorite character is the main character doesn't mean he's not a great character.
Right.
What a hero arc there. Let's take us to our final scores. We both gave this film a 10 out of 10. I love the movie. Like you said, there's plenty of action, comedy, amazing script work. Josh, thank you so much for stopping by and reviewing this film with me.
Of course, my pleasure.
I had a great time with you. I hope you could stop by again sometime. Stay right here. We've got one more review that you won't want to miss. Right after this short break, this is Must See Movies. Many children living in Mexico don't have the same resources or materials in order to be able to attend school. Parents earn little more than $6 every day and often have to choose between food, education, and their child's earning potential. After the 6th grade, children of farm workers often drop out of school to work in the sugarcane or coffee fields. Niños de Veracruz is an active, all-volunteer nonprofit that offers renewable scholarships for students in Veracruz, Mexico from 6th grade through college. They also provide donations of other helpful materials like eyeglasses and clothing. Annual fundraisers include virtual fun runs and leaf rakings, but donations are accepted year-round. Every contribution makes a direct impact in Mexico, no matter how small. Visit Niños de Veracruz online to learn more or to donate today. Food is something that everyone loves, but unfortunately, not everyone has the resources to food for proper nutrients. But in the Boston community, it is the Greater Boston Food Bank's mission to help everyone in the community get access to food so they are filling their body with the proper nutrients. The Greater Boston Food Bank has a passion to end world hunger across Massachusetts by supplying people or the community in need with healthy food and resources. Since 1974, the Greater Boston Food Bank has been working hard to end hunger across 190 cities and towns. Anyone can make a change. You can be that change. Volunteer or donate today to help those in need. Visit our website at www.gbfb.org or call 617-427-5200 to help make a difference. You're watching Must See Movies Crime Edition. I'm Lisa Ortiz. Our third review is for the movie Nightcrawler. Let's take a look at this movie's trailer.
Excuse me, sir. I'm looking for a job. I'm a hard worker. I set high goals. My motto is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to make the money to buy a ticket. So what do you say? I could start tomorrow, or even why not tonight?
No, I'm not hiring.
We're first! Go around, get a shot inside the car!
Hey, back away!
I got it, I'm back!
Will this be on television?
Morning news. If it bleeds, it leads.
Are you currently hiring? I'm starting a TV news business.
You, get back!
I film breaking stories. Maybe you saw my item this morning with fatal carjacking.
No, I mean, I don't have a TV.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
Does it have GPS?
Yeah.
Congratulations, you're hired.
Okay. We're taking the next right. That's too fast!
Repeat the police. I will never ask you to do anything that I wouldn't do myself. Excuse me. I have something you'll be very excited about.
You have a good eye. I want you to contact me when you have something.
Something like this.
Think of our newscast as a screaming woman running down the street with her throat cut.
You will be seeing me again.
Any unit, residential 211.
A home invasion.
You gotta call the cops.
And we will, at the right time.
But I don't know what to.
We're gonna find the person that drove that car. Start filming.
I'm Detective Fanieri. I think you withheld information.
That would be a very unprofessional thing for me to do.
It would be murder.
I want what you promised me. I want something people can't turn away from.
911, what's your emergency?
We want all of it.
Oh my God!
I think Lou is inspiring all of us to reach a little higher.
Reviewing this film with me today is Matt from LaSalle University. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
So what was your initial thoughts on this movie?
It had me on the edge of my seat, you know, for the entire movie. From the start, you know, him trying to find a job, all the way to the end of the diner scene. Every 5 minutes, you know, something's happening. Something's always going to be happening. Gyllenhaal plays his role tremendously in this film, so, you know, you can always rely on that.
Tell me, what do you think makes this movie stand out from other crime films?
It has a very specific, you know, category. Like, he's a news reporter. He wants to be an independent news reporter. I've never seen another movie that kind of like visualizes like the depth that, you know, reporters might be going, you know, to get some content. So I mean, it's very specific. So it's cool. I like it.
And what were your thoughts on Gyllenhaal's character?
Lewis, he was just crazy, absolutely crazy. Always hungry for his next like opportunity, but you know, in the unethical way, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. So you'd say this was a protagonist you could be mad at?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like the entire movie, you're kind of sitting there like, oh, like don't do that. Like, what's he gonna do next? Like, it always keeps you wondering and like guessing like what's he gonna do. So,
what was the kind of craziest way he found the story?
Well, he pulled I don't want to spoil it, but there was one scene where they arrived before the police and other reporters, and he kind of started moving things around to make it look like how he wanted it to look.
Oh my goodness, that's freaky. Like dead bodies, touching dead bodies.
I don't know.
They touch dead bodies in this movie?
I'm not going to say anything. You got to watch it. You got to watch it.
So who would you recommend this movie to?
Anyone in the production field and basically anyone that's into crime movies. This is just, you know, action-packed. It'll have you interested the whole 2 hours. So.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I mean, I was definitely interested. Can we take us to our final scores, please?